home furnishings retailer Williams-Sonoma is opening its first West Elm store in London today. The company recently reported a 16% jump in its third-quarter profits, thanks in part to the success of its New York West Elm brand. I caught up with Williams-Sonoma CEO Laura Albert and I asked her about this expansion and what the company has in terms of its plans for Europe.
The UK is an important market that not only serves a great customer here, but also is the gateway to all of Europe, in my opinion. And as we've traveled around and come here for many years, it's been clear that there isn't anyone doing what we're doing. We have in-home design services where we will actually come to your home and we'll work with you and we'll put together a whole plan to decorate your space for free.
How much traction do you think endeavours like that are going to get here in Europe? Because obviously it's a very, very different market culturally from the United States.
There are differences, but there are so many similarities too, you know, in that it's a gift-giving culture and people here love their homes. And I believe that as home prices continue to stabilize, people are going to feel even better about reinvesting in the furnishings for their homes.
We're certainly seeing that here in the UK, a lot of concerns even about a housing bubble brewing because the house price appreciation has been so robust. But elsewhere across continental Europe, of course, it's still in crisis. If you're looking at the UK as a gateway to Europe, it'll take a long time, realistically speaking, before you actually manage to roll out other stores towards continental Europe.
People love their homes, and they are very happy to invest in them. And so decorating, entertaining, gift-giving, home furnishings, those are the things that people feel good about spending their money on. What we're thrilled about is to be able to find a great location that serves as the face of the brand, but then is supported in the beginning of the year with e-commerce. And that will be our strategy as we go forward. We're going to be opening beacon stores where there's customer demand and supporting it with a large e-commerce platform that allows us to drive profitable growth all over Europe.
E-commerce has obviously been a key part of your strategy. Other platforms that you can leverage off, like Facebook, Pinterest, you name it. You're also using artists that you sourced from the online community Etsy as well, locally here in the UK.
Great brands know how to bring the excellence of a big company to them, but also the community feeling in each individual market, so that it's a community, it's a local store. So whether it's here in London or in New York City, you're going to see things by local artists. You're going to see collaborations with designers that you will know. And we bring Etsy artists into our store because we love what that does for the design. You know, we've had Etsy events that have brought in thousands of people into our stores, and they can't believe we let them come in. We don't take a dime from them. They make all of their money, they walk out, and what we get is that halo of being associated with great young designers and artists.
The United States. The consumer in the United States is worth about 2/3 of the economic growth that we're seeing there. And obviously the consumer in America has had a really, really difficult time of late. Confidence, again, is very shaky. You're a frontline retailer. What's your sense of how things are going and will go next year?
I think it's stabilizing. And our customer, clearly from 2009, feels a lot better than they did then. And they are spending money on their homes. We've been very price conscious. We give great quality and great service. And I think that combination for a retailer is what makes them successful.
So let's also tell you about how this company has been doing on the stock market, because this is the interesting thing about Williams-Sonoma and its various brands. Shares in this firm are actually up a whopping 1,141% since the early days of the financial crisis. So who'd have thought that there was a housing crisis? As we just heard from the CEO there, now that seems to have stabilized. And as such, people are investing yet again in their homes. And what they're doing is they have the confidence to buy things like sofas, beds, and also the small tableware that perhaps costs a little bit less. Now, still to come on the